Hi there, everybody. How's it going? Back here, sharing with you guys. Hopefully, you guys are doing okay. Today, I want to talk about family and emotions inside family and inside of relationships. Um, Oftentimes, things are said in families or in family environments or by extended families or by friends, um, people we love. Things are said sometimes that, well, could cause a reaction in us, an emotional reaction, and or sometimes family members have emotional reactions to things we're doing or things we're saying. Um, and I want to talk about how to deal with those today. So, how to handle those situations in a way that could be constructive, how to handle those situations in a positive way. If you're one to get emotional, or if you're one to react um, to other people's emotions strongly, or to react in the moment, uh, then this video is going to be for you. So stick to the end, stick with me, and we'll start right into it. So if a loved one says something that is maybe would cause an emotion for you to want to react, the best thing to do, especially if they're emotional, is not to react in the moment, not to react in the heat of the moment, in the heat of an argument, in the heat of emotion, uh, to let the other person's emotion run its course, um, and just to take it in, listen, um, and then later on, if you want to address whatever happened in that emotion, or it could be the next day when the emotions have cooled down, or the following evening, or whatever. The best thing to do is just to walk away, separate yourself from that person, and come back later when cooler heads prevail. And then you can address it in a way after you've thought about it, after you've had some time. For sure, you're not going to be feeling good if someone is emotional with you. You're not going to feel like happy about it, obviously. And you're going to be dealing with your own emotions. But give yourself some space, some time, some quiet time to deal with those emotions, your own emotions, and then try to analyze the situation, try to think about what the person said, what you were doing or what they were doing, and try to come up with a way to where you address the situation, but you address it in a way that you don't avoid the situation, but you address it in a way to where you're calm, you can sum up the situation, you can react calmly, you can react in a way that maybe is not defensive or that would escalate the situation, but in a way that would diffuse the situation and de-escalate the situation if possible. And that's the best way to do it, especially if this is, like I said, someone in your family, someone you're close with. It could be your husband, your wife, somebody that can get emotional, your children, whatever the situation is, or even yourself. Uh, if you're the one getting emotional, maybe you have anger, maybe you have, um, maybe you say things that you later regret in your anger, or do things that you regret in your anger. Um, when you begin to feel that anger rise, you have a chance to step away, to just cool yourself off, just step away. And if this is like had been a habitual pattern where these things have been happening continually in a relationship, in a family, and with children or with loved ones, step away and then Really think about what the other person said or what the other person's doing. See if there's any truth in it. There could be some truth in it. Analyze yourself, reflect. And if there is some truth in it, don't ignore the truth. Don't gloss over the truth. Admit the true part of it, but address the situation in a way that, with truth, in a way that can bring reconciliation, in a way that is constructive, in a way that the other person knows that they've been heard. If the other person is emotional, you respond in a way so that way they know that they're heard, that they've been heard. And then, especially if you're doing something they don't like, or you're the one doing something that, or saying something that may have caused a situation. Let's be honest. But the person's reaction still may not be warranted to that extreme level. You can address it. You can let them know you've heard them. You can let them know that you're working on that you're not happy with how emotional they got in the moment, and to let them know that that's something that needs to be worked on their part in the future. Their emotions and how they respond, and then how their response, their emotions affected you personally, how they caused you to be go through some of your own emotional turmoil. And then the waters can kind of choppy there, they can smooth out hopefully. And over time, sometimes it's a process, sometimes this is something that maybe it's been going on for a long time. Sometimes through a process of both people are committed, both people love each other, both people or the family members are committed to each other, the process can be smoothed out. But if it's habitually repeated over long periods of time, and you don't address it, you don't, you ignore it, or you pretend that something's not happening that is happening, then the issue will never get solved. The issue will never be resolved. The issue will always be there, and causing pain for into the future. So these are something we have to face, we have to confront, we have to name it what it is, and we have to let the other person know how it affects us, and to be honest with them how it affects you, and not only how it affects you but how it affected them. You might think about why they're reacting the way they're reacting, and that you understand why they're not happy or whatever, or why they're going through what they're going through, and let them know that you, in a marriage situation, that you love them, you're committed, and that things will get better, and that you care about the situation, and that you want to make things right. And these often, in a relationship, a committed relationship, this often will bring respect and healing. So if the other person totally just dismisses you, or doesn't listen to you, or doesn't value you at all, well, then that's a deeper issue. But even then, sometimes it takes, if this has been going on for a long time, they might not believe you at first if you've been doing something wrong, or doing something that you shouldn't be doing. And you may have to have extra patience and demonstrate a new pattern of behavior consistently, for a while, faithfully, until they see you actually are no longer doing those things, or doing things differently, until they can see it consistently before they can begin to trust you and before that wall can begin to come down. So, and before things can really get better. So sometimes it takes some faithfulness, and some patience, some long suffering, to get through those rough things, to grow as a person, to grow as a family. But if you stick with it, you don't give up, even though your emotions may be crying out for you to quit, even though your ego or your pride might want to walk away. If you're married, if you have a family, if you have children, the grass is not greener on the other side always. So, and it's not good for people to be by themselves long term. So, think about it twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times before you make a rash decision. And until next time, I hope your families are strong. I hope your relationships are strong. I hope this helped you guys. If this video did help you guys, in the comments below, type in the word help. And I'll know you've heard me. If you like this video, like it. Subscribe. A lot of people watch my videos, they don't subscribe. So if I can get some of you guys to subscribe, it'll get my videos out to more people, to help more people. Share this video with people you think that may need to hear this, that if it can help them in their situation. And until next time, people, folks, friends, I hope you're blessed. Bye.